Today, I want to talk about something that I haven't quite heard anyone put in this way. And I think that when you hear it, it's all going to click for you. We've all heard before, and we're familiar with this concept of getting a huge sum or amount of money and then overspending it. You get a sudden inflow of cash. A client pays in full. Someone finally pays that last chunk of money for the retreat you have coming up. You have a big client that's landed a contract. You receive a bonus, whatever it is. And instead of stabilizing that energy, you spend it. Instead of holding that wealth, you spend it, all of it. Why do we do this? Because sometimes being broke is just more comfortable. Because even though it's abundance you say you want, we're still not feeling safe when that abundance arrives. Your nervous system just has not caught up. So you subconsciously find ways to return to your baseline, what was comfortable, being broke. Because it's far more comfortable to be broke than it is to hold the power that was just given to you. It is far more easier to go back to being broke than actually maintain that amount of cash that you just received because you're amazing, you're incredible, you're gifted. So subconsciously, we overspend and return to our baseline, which is scarcity. Now, here's the part no one talks about. We do this with visibility too. When you suddenly get a rush of visibility, whether that is accolades, a reel of yours takes off, or you're suddenly in front of 50 or 100 people, that increased visibility is a rush to the nervous system. And it activates us just like it does a large sum of money. Instead of us feeling safe with that large amount of visibility, we want to get rid of it. So we say things like, we're busy, oh, we can't because, and we make up a bunch of excuses. We shrink in our power in that moment. We hide because your nervous system hasn't stabilized for more. I call this visibility currency. And this is a brand new terminology that came to me as I was thinking about and contemplating the connection between money, wealth, and your visibility. So let me paint the picture for you. It goes something like this. You finally show up to that event. You're a panelist. You get a lot of visibility. You're featured. Your face is all over the place. And then your reel of that event goes viral. And now you're getting a lot of DMs. Now you're getting a lot of emails. People are asking you questions. Suddenly you are visible more. And now you have more decisions to make. Now you have more people entering your field. And suddenly you shrink. You were just heard. You were just seen on a really big scale. And suddenly you disappear. You ghost. Why? Again, just like with money, it's much safer, much more comfortable for us to spend that visibility currency and go back to broke, go back to playing small, because it just doesn't feel safe to play big. And we have to be aware of this because that visibility is the springboard for your brand, your business, your products, your services to connect with your ideal clients. So being visible is the tax we have to pay, yet we are playing small because that's actually what keeps us safe. And so you say you want more visibility, you say you want to be on a stage, and I bet you're going to sync up with a speaking coach or a coach at some point who's going to help you just write your talk and go, here's your talk. And you think that's all you need. And so you get on stage, but then your nervous system is not ready for that currency, the massive amount of cash, energetic currency, right? Energetic currency in the form of visibility that's just landed in your lap. And we feel that rush of nerves. We get excessively nervous, nauseous, sweaty. We freeze. We say things we don't want to say because we leave our bodies, we disassociate. These are all signs that the nervous system is going through a tremendous stress response. For what? For the sake of you telling your story? Wouldn't you rather get on a stage, get on a microphone and feel calm Wouldn't you rather get on a stage, not having a story, but just flow like you're having a conversation with a friend, that one person in the audience? Because you can do that. And that's what I teach inside of my world and my ecosystem is having the ability to expand your capacity first, capacity for more eyes on you, more ears listening to you, the tension of leadership, that silence, that tension of I'm about to lead the discussion here. I'm about to lead this group of people. That's a pressure that you actually can't plan for within a signature talk. You can't plan for it in what you're going to sell at the end. You can't plan for it in the book you've just written. You have to do the nervous system work so that sensation is no longer a problem. And that's actually what makes the best speaker is a person who's stopped pretending or thinking that the best speaker is someone who has just stopped feeling things. The best speaker is someone who feels it all, but no longer makes it an issue. And now the best speaker is also someone who holds on to their visibility currency. They know they deserve it and they own it. They stop overspending it. They stop self-sabotaging. They stop getting busy just to avoid showing up on social media, showing up on an actual stage, showing up in person or that networking event or speaking up more at work. But here's the truth. You were never meant to play small. You were never built to hide. You are God's divine plan and instrument so that your voice and your intellect, your creativity, your wisdom can be injected vocally into this world so that other people can transform. You are actually safe in your big playing, go for it energy, in your resolved energy, in your vocal honey. You are so safe. Nothing could be more divine and sweet than you taking up space with your voice, you playing big, you cashing that check on that visibility currency. Nothing could be more safe. The work is to expand, not just in your skills, but in your nervous system's capacity to hold more leadership, to hold more connection with other people who want to go on this ride with you called life, to hold more money and wealth and decisions that are going to catapult and move your company, your brand, your mission, your leadership, your vision forward into this world. Speaking isn't just a skill, it's a capacity. And visibility is the currency that flows when you're ready to rise up and be seen. If this lands for you, I want to invite you personally to join me inside of the next Vocal Honey group coaching that starts in September. The doors are open right now for you to join early with a simple, accessible deposit down. But we go for 4 months inside of the energetics and the actual at-home skills, rituals, and practices like breath work, somatic practices that I call radical rituals, EFT tapping, visualization practices, and more. You also get hands-on speaking experience. You get feedback from me in the group as well on how to improve. You also get skills, tools to help you connect your sound with your soul for inevitable impact. We teach you in there how to not just rise and use your voice, but how to hold steady, how to hold more, how to stay neutral in your power so that you can rise naturally and with ease into this next chapter of success in your life, into this next chapter of visibility. Until next time, this is Kimberly Lafort. Speak up, speak often, raise your voice because the world is listening. I'll see you next time.